Greetings everyone and welcome to Purple Trades. Today we'll start lesson number 27. We'll talk about what is options writing. Before we start about options writing, if you want to know where is lesson number 23 to 26, I'll just show you where the lessons are. Go to our YouTube channel, then go to the playlist, and here you will be able to see lesson number 23 to 26 where we have explained in detail about options. Now once you have learned all these videos, come back to lesson number 27. Here we start options writing. Now in this video we are going to talk about what is options writing, who does writing, that is who is an option writer. Next we are also going to compare the differences between option versus option writing. We are also going to talk about when to do options and when to do options writing. So without wasting much time, let's get started. First, let us talk about option writing. Now, what do you mean by option writing? Basically, short selling of options is called as option writing. That means when you sell a call or a put first without even buying it, that is called as options writing. So in the previous lessons, we saw how to buy a call, how to buy a put, how to initiate basically long position in call and a put. However, if you are initiating a short position, that means if you are selling a call or a put first, that is called as option writing, right? So when you sell an option first, what happens is you receive premium from the buyer and hence you are called as a writer. Think about this. For example, if there is an X stock whose current market price is 100 rupees and the premium for 100 call is say 4 rupees. Now if you are selling a call or if you are short selling a call at 4 rupees and a buyer is buying from you at 4 rupees, that means buyer is paying you 4 rupees premium, and hence since you are collecting the premium, you are called as writer. Since buying and selling are opposite to each other, the properties of options would be exactly opposite to option writing, right? So option buying and option writing will have exactly opposite properties. We are going to discuss about these properties also in detail. In the previous video we spoke about buying and selling of call. In this video we are talking about selling of call and selling of put. So collectively there are only 4 ways to trade in option. Either you can buy a call or buy a put, or you can short a call or short a put. There are only 4 ways to trade in options. However, you can mix and match calls and puts to get more benefits, and those are called as advanced strategies. We are going to talk about advanced strategies in the next lesson, right? So combination of option and option writing generates a lot of profitable strategies. Usually most of them are spreads. We are going to talk about all of these spreads in our upcoming lessons as well. So let me give you an example of option writing, how option writing works. So in the previous lessons we have learned that if a particular script, let us say a stock or an index, anything goes up, the corresponding call goes up and the corresponding puts goes down. Also we learned that if the stock goes down, the corresponding call goes down and put goes up. Now in the previous lessons what we spoke about was if a stock goes up, that is if the stock is bullish, we buy a call at a lower price, and when the prices go up we sell at a higher price. So in the bullish market what do? We buy a call. However, now think about this. Instead of buying this call, can I sell the put? Can I sell the put first at a higher price, and when the stock goes up, put will go down, so I will later buy the put at a lower price, right? I will later buy at a lower price. So instead of buying a call, I can even short a put, right? So I can either buy a call or short a put in the bullish market. Similarly, in the bearish market, when the market was going down, in the previous lessons we learned that we have to buy a put, and when put goes up we make profit. So either you can buy a put or you can short the call. You can sell the call so that if the stock goes down, corresponding call will also go down, and later you can buy call at a lower price. So you can either buy a put or short a call. So in bullish market you can either buy a call or short a put. In bearish market you can either buy a put or short a call. There are only 4 ways to trade in options. There are no more ways to trade in options. However, you can combine buying a call, buying a put together, or buying a call, shorting a call together. There are a lot of permutations and combinations available. Those are called as spreads, and we will talk about them in the later classes. However, this is how option writing works. So if you short a put or if you short a call, if you do any of these two, that is called as options writing. Now to give you a general example in the real life, suppose say you buy a car, right? You buy a car of 10 lakh rupees and you pay an insurance of say 50,000 rupees. You pay 50,000 rupees as insurance premium. Now you are a buyer, you bought the car, you are paying this 50,000 rupees to a company that is selling you insurance. Who is seller here? Insurance company, right? Forget about the car. Now this insurance company is the writer who is receiving 50,000 from you and is giving you an option or basically insurance. Now that we have understood that buying and selling are opposite, or options and option writing is opposite to each other, let us talk in detail about options versus options writing. Right? First of all, as said, since buying and selling are opposite to each other, option and option writing are opposite to each other. Let's understand the properties of option versus option writing step by step. Assume that there is an X stock whose current market price is say 100 rupees. Now let us say I am bullish on this particular stock. I am expecting the stock price to go up. I am expecting that from 100 rupees stock price might go to at least 110 rupees. That is my target. Now if I want to make money in options, I have 2 ways to trade. First, I can either buy a call, right? As said, I can either buy a call, or I can do option writing, that is short a put. Now to keep the calculation simple, let us take an example of at the money call and at the money put. So I can either buy say 100 call, right? I can either buy 100 call or I can short say 100 put. Now say we know that at the money call and at the money put almost have same premium. So hypothetically, let us assume both of them have a premium of 4 rupees each. That is 4 rupees is the premium. So now when I am expecting the stock from 100 to go to 1110, I can either buy 100 call at 4 rupees or I can short 100 put at 4 rupees, so that if the market goes up, I will get profit in both the cases. I will get profit even by buying a call, I will get profit even by shorting the put, right? But the profit would vary. How much would it vary? Let us understand that in detail. Assume that the stock goes from 100 to 1110. What would happen here? If the stock from 100 goes to 1110, now in the previous lessons we have seen how intrinsic and extrinsic value is used to calculate the net option premium. So when the stock was at 100 rupees, 100 call was at 4 rupees extrinsic value and 0 rupees intrinsic value. At the money calls do not have intrinsic value. To learn more about this, refer to my previous classes, that is lesson number 23 to lesson number 26. You will understand all of this. And now when the stock reaches 1110, what would happen to 100 call? 100 call would become in the money because strike price is now less than current market price. Current market price is now 110. So now you will have 10 rupees intrinsic value. That is the difference between 1110 and 100 is 10 rupees. That 10 rupees will be added here. 10 rupees is the intrinsic value, and the extrinsic value would go down. Extrinsic value would go down to maybe, let us say, 2 rupees. So 4 rupees would become 12 rupees. So if a stock goes up, call goes up. So 4 is becoming 12, giving you a profit of 8 rupees. On the other hand side, if I have to talk about shorting a put, so if the stock from 100 goes to 1110, the 100 put which was at 4 rupees extrinsic value and 0 rupees intrinsic value, will now fall down because 100 put now becomes out of the money, and there won't be any intrinsic value because out of the money does not have intrinsic value. Extrinsic value would fall down to same, let us say 2. So 4 is becoming 2, giving you a profit of 2 rupees, because you sold at 4 and you're buying back at 2 rupees. You're selling at 4, you're buying at 2, you're making a profit of 2 rupees. So what is the major difference that you observe here is that if stock moves in your favor in a much bigger number, buying an option would give you more profit than shorting an option. Here buying an option is giving you 8 rupees profit, whereas shorting an option is just giving you 2 rupees profit, and we have done all these calculations. Now if I want to go a step ahead, and say from 110, instead of going till 110, if the stock will go till 120, if I assume that the stock from 110 will further go up to 120, my target is 120, I'll make this 120, then the 4 and 0 would now become, for 100 call, the 4 and 0 would now become how much? 20 and say 1, right? Because now the difference is 20 rupees, so intrinsic value 20 will add up. So say 4 is becoming 21, giving you a profit of 17 rupees. And here 100 becoming 120, so 100 put, which is at 4 and 0, would become 1 and 0, because there won't be any intrinsic value in the out of the money put. So 4 is becoming 1, giving you a profit of 3 rupees. So again the same conclusion, that option buying is giving you more profit than option writing when the move is very big. Now I'll tell you the reason involved here. Here we are buying at 4 rupees, right? I am buying at 4 rupees. This is the buy price, right? Now the stock goes in my favor, this 4 can become anything. It can become 10, it can become 20, it can become 30, it can become 100 and whatnot. My profits are absolutely unlimited. However, when I'm selling something, I'm selling this at 4 rupees. So if I'm selling at 4 rupees, I will naturally look to buy at a lower price. I can buy it either at 3 or 2 or 1, or best buy would be 0. Option premium cannot go in negative, right? So here my profits are limited. I am selling something at X price, the best buy would be 0. Even if I am selling at 10 rupees, I can maximum buy it back at 0 rupees. If I'm selling at 20 rupees, I can buy back at 0 rupees. That is our best buy, right? So in option writing, my profits would be always limited because I've sold at a certain price, and the best thing that could happen is the premium goes down to 0 and the difference is your profit. However, when you're buying a call or a put, the possibilities are endless. Your 4 rupees premium can become 10, 20, 30 or absolutely anything. Whereas in the option writing, the profits are limited. So this is the difference number 1 that we have understood, right? So if I have to mark the difference, so if I have to summarize, I can say that options has unlimited profit probability, right? Unlimited profits. Because 4 can become 10, 20, 30 or anything. Whereas option writing has limited profits. Now this is our first difference. Going to a difference number 2. The difference number 2 is, now assume there is an X stock, the same X stock whose current market price is 100 rupees, and I was expecting the price to go to 1110, but instead of stock going up, let us say stock falls down. Stock goes against us. Let us see what would happen then. I have option, that is 100 call, that I have bought at 4 rupees, right? I can either buy at 4 rupees, or I have short 100 put, that is also at 4 rupees. Now if the stock, instead of going in my favor, if it goes against me to say 90, what would happen to the premium of 100 call? If stock from 100 goes to 90, 100 call, which was at 4 and 0, would now become out of the money, and out of the money does not have any intrinsic value, and the extrinsic value would also go down, let us say to 2. So 4 is becoming 2, giving me a loss of 2 rupees, right? Because I bought at 4, I'm buying at 4, I'm selling at 2 rupees, I'm in a loss of 2 rupees. So if the stock goes against me, naturally I will make loss. Let us talk about what would happen when I short a 100 put at 4 rupees. Now, if I'm selling 100 put at 4 rupees, when the stock from 100 goes to 90, this 100 put, which is at 4 rupees extrinsic value and 0 rupees intrinsic value, would now become in the money, because here strike price is greater than current market price. So if the strike price is greater than current market price in the put, it becomes in the money put. Here you will have 10 rupees intrinsic value. The difference between these two is your 10 rupees that will add up, and 4 rupees extrinsic value would go down to 2 rupees, and 4 is becoming 12. So I've sold at 4, I am buying at 12, I am making a very big loss of 8 rupees. Now this is when stock is going to 90. If the stock falls down to say 80, then this would become 80. So this 0 and this premium would from 2, it might become 1. So 4 is becoming 1 here, I am losing 3 rupees. However, if this becomes 80 in the case of put, this 10 is becoming 20 and this might become 1. So 4 is becoming 21, giving me a loss of 17 rupees. So my losses are very big when I'm doing option writing. Now I'll explain you the reason again. When I buy 100 call at say 4 rupees, if the stock doesn't go in my favor, worst case 4 would become 0. Right? The worst case 4 would become 0 and I lose entire 4 rupees. However, when I'm shorting 100 put at 4 rupees, if the stock doesn't go in my favor, the premium price will keep going up and it can go to 10, 20, even 100, and my loss can be literally unlimited. So the second difference is when you buy an option, you have limited loss. Right? Option buying has limited loss. Whatever premium you have paid, that would become 0, the worst case. However, when you're doing option writing, you have unlimited loss, because whatever premium you have bought, you have sold at, it can rise to infinite. So these are the two major differences. Option buying has unlimited profit and limited loss. Option writing or shorting of option has limited profit and unlimited loss. Now let me give you difference number 3. For example, if there is an X stock whose current market price is again say 100 rupees, and I can either buy 100 call say at 4 rupees, or I can short 100 put say again at 4 rupees. Now if the lot size is say 5,000, then to buy 100 call, my investment is 5,000 into 4, that is investment is 20,000. Remember, options does not have any leverage. Here the investment is 20,000 rupees. So here the 4 can become 10 or 20 or 30 or absolutely anything, or worst case it can become 0. So your 20,000 rupees invested can become 30,000, 40,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, or worst case 20,000 would become 0. However, when you're selling a put at 4 rupees, the best case is 4 can fall down to 0 and giving you a profit of 20,000. But if the stock goes against you, the stock can keep going up and can give you unlimited losses. And hence, here when you're selling a put, your investment is much higher. Your investment is equal to total margin. You need to maintain total margin in your account to do option writing, because you yourself don't know how much loss you can take in a trade. So maintaining only premium amount is not enough. But when you're buying a call or buying a put, lot size into the premium is more than enough, because that is the max loss you can occur. So in this example, if I'm buying a 100 call at 4 rupees, if the lot size is 5,000, I already know that my maximum loss is 20,000, and hence if I keep only 20,000 in my account, broker won't mind, because broker knows that I can maximum lose 20,000 and that I am ready to accept. Whereas in my option writing case, 4 can become absolutely anything. So only 20,000 rupees is not enough, or only premium is not enough. I need to maintain much higher price than the premium, and that is total margin. Now if you recall total margin from our class of futures, total margin is in the range of 1.5 lakh rupees to 2 lakh rupees. So you need to maintain at least this much amount in your demat account or in your trading account to do option writing, be it in the money, at the money, out of the money, be it call or be it put. If you're doing option writing, you need to maintain 1.5 lakh rupees to 2 lakh rupees in your account. However, when you're doing options, you need to maintain only premium capital. So these are the three differences between options and options writing. To summarize whatever we have discussed so far, I can say that options has unlimited gains, writing has limited gains, options has limited losses, writing has unlimited losses. In options, only premium capital is needed, that is premium into lot size. In writing, total margin is needed, that is 1.5 lakh to 2 lakh rupees. Right? So these are the three major differences between options and option writing. Now if I want to represent options and writing graphically, I can do that. So the payoff graph of option would be something like this. See here. Now let us say this y-axis represents profit and loss, gain and loss. So my gains can be absolutely unlimited, whereas loss in option after a certain point would become limited. So let us say if my premium capital invested is 20,000, my maximum loss can be only 20,000. However, my profit can be 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh, whatever it is, right? Whereas in option writing, the graph is reverse. My profits are limited, sorry for the y-axis. So the profits are limited to only 20,000, but my loss can be unlimited. I can lose lakhs of rupees in a single trade. So this is a major difference payoff graph that would help you understand the major properties of options and option writing. Now the next question that comes into your mind would be, if option writing is so risky, why do people do option writing? Why are people doing option writing if there is so much of risk involved? Let me try to answer that. So we have understood that options has unlimited gains, limited losses, and only small money is involved. Option writing has limited profit, unlimited loss, and a lot of money is involved. Then why do people do option writing? Why not everyone does option, right? We understand that for every buyer we need a seller, right? For every buyer we need a seller. That means for every option buyer we need an option seller. So number of people who are doing option buying, number of people who are doing option buy, and number of people who are doing option writing, that is selling, are equal, because every buyer needs a writer. It is always 50-50, right? It is always 50-50. Now why is the 50% of the crowd doing option writing? Let us try to understand that. We remember time decay, right? There is a separate lesson called time decay. You can go through that lesson. It will help you understand how premium decays in option. So this is a time decay graph where I have premium, that is in extrinsic value, this is extrinsic value, and this is time. Now as the contract gets older, on the day of expiry, we know that on the day of expiry premium would go down and finally become zero. Now we also have learned in our previous time decay lesson that for the first 15 days the decay is very small, and in the next 15 days the decay is very rapid. However, irrespective of whether the decay is slow or fast, what is constant is that time decay will keep on happening no matter what. And option writer has biggest advantage because of this time decay, right? Time decay is the biggest enemy of option buyer and biggest friend of option seller, because when a person is doing option selling, he just wants the premium to come down by hook or crook. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if his trade is right or if the premium is getting decayed. Now because of this premium decay, winning probability of option writer increases massively. Let me explain this to you. Assume there is an X stock whose current market price is 100 and you are expecting the stock to reach say 1110. So what you do is, let us say you buy 1110 call. So you buy 1110 call at say 3 rupees. Now the option is neither going up nor going down. It is just there for several days, and till expiry it is at 100 rupees only. So now because of premium decay, this 3 rupees would become 0. So if a stock stays flat, you lose money because of premium decay. If the stock goes against you to maybe 90, 95, 80, then also this 3 will become 0 for sure. Then also the 3 will become 0 only, and you will still lose money. And if the stock is slowly going up, if the stock is very slowly going up and reaching somewhere near to 1110 by expiry, although the stock has gone in your favor, but since it is still either at the money or out of the money, 3 rupees will still become 0. Only if it goes above 1110 to say 120 or 130, then you will have unlimited profits. Then this 3 might become 10 or 20 or 30 depending upon how much the move is there, right? So yes, the profits are unlimited in option buying, but see the probabilities. Probability of winning is very poor. If the stock stays flat, I lose. If the stock goes against me, I lose. If the stock moves up very slowly, then also I lose. Only if the stock is rapidly moving in my favor, only then I am making profit in option buying. But let us compare option writing now. Now in the same example, say instead of buying 110 put, if I'm expecting the stock to go up, whose current market price is 100, if I short 90 put, which is also at let us say 3 rupees, let us say what will happen. Now I've sold at 3 rupees, right? Because I'm expecting the stock to go up. But if the stock stays flat at 100 itself, this 3 will also become 0, but now I will make 3 rupees profit because I've sold it first. Similarly, if the stock goes against me, but if it doesn't go below 90, because of the premium decay, 3 would still become 0 and I'll still make profit. This is very interesting, that even if the stock is going against me, I am winning till a certain extent. And if the stock is going in my favor, 3 will anyways become 0 and I'll still make profit. Yes, if the stock goes against me and goes well below 90 to say 80 or 70 or something like that, then 3 can become 10, 20, 30 and I might face unlimited losses. So yes, I can face unlimited losses in option writing, but the probability of loss is very small compared to probability of winning, and that is why a lot of people prefer option writing, because it gives you extra advantage of winning. To summarize, I can say that when you're buying an option, when you buy an option, if the option stays flat, you lose. If the option goes against you, you lose. If the option moves in your favor very slowly, you still lose. Only if there's a rapid movement in your favor, you make profit. So yes, gains are unlimited and loss are limited, but the losing probability is 75% and winning probability is only 25%. Whereas in option writing, if the stock stays flat, you still make money. If the stock goes against you but very slowly, you still make money. If the stock goes in your favor, you still make money. Only if the stock moves rapidly against you, you might have unlimited losses. So yes, losses are unlimited, but the losing probability is only 25% and winning probability is 75%. So option writers at the end of the day will definitely make more money than option buyer. It is very simple. Option writers are always smart, they have more money and their winning probability is also very high. That is why 70 to 75% of the option writers make money and 70 to 75% of option buyers lose money every single day. To give you a simple conclusion, I can give you one more example. Assume you buy a car, right? You buy a car at 10 lakh rupees and you pay, let us say, 50,000 rupees as insurance. Now, this insurance company who has sold you the premium at 50,000 rupees has collected 50,000 from you, and that is the maximum profit an insurance company can make, because this is a seller or a writer, right? However, when you buy an insurance worth rupees 50,000 rupees, now no matter what happens to your car, you can get an entire claim from insurance company. So as a buyer, as a buyer you might think ki, oh, I am having unlimited profit, because now just by paying 50,000, even if there is a major accident of my car, I can get claim up to 10 lakh rupees. So 50,000 rupees investment is becoming 10 lakh rupees returns. So I am having almost unlimited profit. And whereas option writer, they are happy with only 50,000 rupees, because you gave them 50,000 rupees, that is the maximum profit that they can make. But if your car gets accident, they will have to repay and they might end up in unlimited losses. But in the long run, who is making more money? The guy who is buying insurance or the company who is selling insurance? It is very simple. The company who is selling insurance is making more money, right? So at the end of the day, option writer will any day make more money than option buyer. So in market, there are two types of people. Some people want to trade in options like they are buying a lottery ticket. They just invest 20, 30, 40,000 rupees and they want to make it 5 lakh, 10 lakh, 50 lakh rupees in a day or in a month. They want to play it like lottery. There are other people who have enormous wealth, who are willing to block total margin of 3 lakh, 4 lakh, 5 lakh rupees just for 2 or 3 lot of option writing and just to make 10, 20,000 rupees money. Now they are systematic traders. So the guy with a lottery attitude or to win a jackpot attitude will keep buying option, and these guys who have a lot of money will keep selling options. And we all know at the end of the day, writers make more money than option buying. To summarize the entire lesson, I can say that follow the premium decay graph. We know that premium decay becomes very aggressive in the last 15 days of the month. In the first 15 days of the month, it is still lesser. So in the first 15 days of the month, if you want, you can trade in options, no problem. But in the last 15 days of the month, trading in options is a strict no because of the premium decay. In the last 15 days, you can prefer option writing, because even if the stock doesn't move in your favor, because of the premium decay, you will end up winning. Right? So that is the reason in the last 15 days, a lot of people switch to option writing, and in the first 15 days, moderate traders stick to options also. This is a better approach of trading into options. So as said, the conclusion in the first half of the contract, premium decays slowly and option buying can be fruitful. In the second half of the contract, the premium decay is aggressive and hence chances of winning by option writer is more. Stats or the statistics says around 80% of the writers make money consistently. Buying option aggressively can hamper your portfolio and you can become bankrupt also. So this was about options and option writing. I hope you have liked this lesson. In the next lesson, we are going to learn in detail about topics advanced option strategies, that is straddle, strangle, payoff graphs, conclusions, and a lot more things. Thank you so much for watching this video. Spread knowledge because it's free, and if you like our video, do like, subscribe and share it with your friends. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next lesson.